awfully well done. I think it was a question.
From the kind of, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Hi, my name is Sanam, and welcome to the latest special edition of TF.N Digital. Today we go one-on-one with Star Wars Episode 2 concept artist Iain McCaig. Iain McCaig has worked on Terminator 2, Young Indiana Jones, Dinotopia, and Star Trek VI. He has designed the costumes for the Queen in Episode 1, along with Darth Maul, the Jedi's costume, Anakin's costumes, and much more. His contribution to the magic of the myth is just beginning. Let's go to the Museum of Fine Arts in Houston, Texas, and find out what Iain has to say about creating for George Lucas and the ongoing Star Wars saga. What can you tell us about Episode 2?
What can I say about Episode 2? It's a love story. That's more or less it. Yeah. It's back to the old thing of not wanting to spoil the surprise.
What have you been doing on Episode 2?
Well, I came aboard right back at the very beginning, some early design stuff. It was mostly costumes and characters, and really watching your children from Episode 1 grow up. I knew that I was going to be partly involved in my own film projects during the same time period, and so we brought aboard another designer, Dermot Power, who worked with me this time on the project, and it was fun. It was the best ping pong. There were actually some weird moments where I would be drawing something on this side of the room. I would put a hawk in this hand of Padme, and suddenly Dermot would go, "Iain, I've got this great idea. I'm going to put a bird in her hand." And I told the director, "You mean like this?" And it was that kind of ping pong all the time.
Will we be seeing the rejected designs from Episode 1?
Not the rejected designs, but some of the approved ones. I mean, we have a warehouse. We have a wonderful temperature-controlled room full of 3 years of drawing creatures and costumes and all sorts of things. And we will be sort of dipping back into some of that.
How is it working with George Lucas?
I think he gives you just the hint of the purpose of the character and the name of the character. I think what he does is he casts his artists very carefully, and he knows that you're going to extrapolate and explore in this direction, so he gives you enough to go off and do that, and the context to do it in. And then when you bring him a dozen different things back, he can choose this and choose that and choose this and put them together, and somehow it works in the same universe. And that's what he's good at.
Tell us about Jar Jar. He couldn't speak at first.
We didn't have a script for the first year or more when we were working on Episode 1, but George would come up and he would tell us the story as if it was a bedtime story. So we had little pieces and stuff, and in those pieces Jar Jar didn't speak. And so we assumed he was silent, and we knew he was a comedy character, so I thought he was a Buster Keaton or he was a Charlie Chaplin. So we played him that way. And then when the script came out, George had made the decision to have him speak. Then we followed in that direction.
Then, wasn't he supposed to die?
Oh, I said he was supposed to die? No, but he was supposed to face a moment where you thought he was going to die. And that was going, well, for any character when they face their death. Clown or not, it's a really tragic moment. And so that was his big moment to look sad.
Can you tell us about Darth Maul's original design showing his body?
It was the comic book version of Darth Maul came out recently by Dark Horse. And yes, they wanted him stripped to the waist. So there's a cover with him like this and like this, without the bald spot. And yeah, I got to tattoo him all the way down to there. And as I was saying at the talk, I tattooed him all the way, but you'll never get to see that part of it.
Did you do the new robeless Darth Maul drawings before Episode 1?
No. Actually, I had done a drawing during Episode 1. It's actually in the exhibition here in Houston. And you can see this portion of his body and that portion of his leg and his arm bared all the way down to here. So it gave a pretty good indication of what I would do if he suddenly whipped his clothes off.
Is he red with black tattoos or black with white tattoos?
He's an alien with black and red tattoos. I mean, the fun thing about the Star Wars universe is it's full of all kinds of races that have nothing to do with the earthly racial types. So, so I would say he's an alien with his own skin color.
Have you ever had to lobby for a design?
You know, it's different than trying to lobby and push a design through. I look at it as George is his master chef, and our job is to provide him with some really amazing vegetables, and you just throw them out there on the table, and you let him choose, because he's the only one that really has the complete vision of what the film's supposed to look like.
What are your other projects?
Well, I also write and I direct and produce, and I shot a little short film called The Face in between episode 1 and episode 2, and I'm working on my first feature film now, while there's a gap between episode 2 and episode 3 for me.
Could you tell us a little bit about your website?
It's IainMcCaig.com, Iain at IainMcCaig.com, and it will be an online school, and it'll hopefully teach everyone in the world how to draw for free.
Special thanks go out to Iain McCaig for giving us his time and access. And if you haven't seen it yet, check out the Magic of the Myth exhibit at the Museum of Fine Arts in Houston, Texas. The exhibit began on March 11th and will continue till June 24th, 2001. Thank you for joining us on this special edition of TF.N Digital, and we hope you will see us again soon.